Hi everyone, Emma here from ClusterWare. In today's video, I'm going to turbocharge your infrastructure security in just a few minutes. For this presentation, I'll be reusing the infrastructure setup I provisioned with ClusterWare in the previous demo. If you'd like to learn how I made this distributed Node.js application in less than 10 minutes, check out the description of this video for the step-by-step guide. Okay, so before we get into it, let's quickly recap how our example setup looks. The top server is acting as my application load balancer, distributing the traffic coming from the internet. The bottom two are my application servers running a Node.js application. Each of the application servers has 2 CPUs, so in total we have 4 application instances behind the load balancer, each running on a different port number. Okay, so let's get into it. You can probably guess the security concern we want to address in this infrastructure setup. The problem is that our servers are like VIP parties without a guest list, meaning anyone can come in uninvited, which is not cool. Following the principle of least privilege, we need to prevent unintended access to our infrastructure. And we should allow external customers to access the load balancer tier only. Similarly, only the load balancer should be able to access the application servers. And naturally, we as administrators need to have administrative access to all servers. So as you can imagine, configuring this on tens or hundreds of servers manually would be prone to error and not scalable. The good news is that you can fix this uniformly in the entire cluster of servers using ClusterWare. So let me show you how. Head over to the Security Policies service and buckle up. ClusterWare has auto-generated 90% of the security configurations for you based on the resources you have in the cluster. For instance, all incoming traffic is denied by default unless you explicitly allow it in other policies. Smart, right? ClusterWare also notices when you have an application load balancer running, hence the traffic to this server is automatically allowed on port 80. Moreover, it greenlights traffic between the load balancer and the app servers. Genius. So to complete the setup, I'm going to add one simple policy to allow administrative access from my computer. I need to provide my IP address in the allow list and specify the port range to be opened, in my case, SSH port. Finally, I'm leaving the servers to apply option as default with all servers selected, as I want this policy to be in effect in my entire cluster. Now that I have all of the security configurations in place, let's make sure our servers have the firewall software installed. I'm navigating to the server's service, then the software tab, and as you can see, all 3 of my servers have uncomplicated firewall already installed, so we're all set. But if your server does not come with UFW pre-installed, you can always enable install mode on the server card and install UFW here. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply the security policies we have just created. I need to navigate to the Security tab and sync the firewall status for each of the servers. The sync process may take a few seconds. Okay, once the sync is complete, you'll see the current firewall status and whether your security policies are applied to the respective server. Now I need to click Apply Policies for each server and provide the root password, as modifying firewall configuration requires admin privileges. Naturally, once the firewall configuration process is complete, the password will be discarded from ClusterWare. And once all of the security policies are applied, let's seal the deal and activate the firewall for each server. We'll just need to wait a few seconds for the changes to take effect. And boom, uniform security configuration across the entire cluster. Now it's test time. Let's try to access one of the application servers, for example, App Server 2 on port 9000. As expected, the server cannot be reached from the internet, but If I try to access the load balancer server, everything works just fine, as the auto-generated policy still allows the traffic to flow from the load balancer to all application servers. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something interesting. Now you can go ahead and armour up your on-premise servers with ClusterWare by following the step-by-step guide I put in the description of this video. If you'd like to learn more, check out my other videos and see how to scale, secure, optimise and eliminate a single point of failure in your application. See you in the next video. Bye!